You're listening to Confidence with Katie, a podcast created for ambitious, savvy women who are ready to embrace their inner badass. If you're ready to figure out exactly what you want and how to get there, I want you to jump on in and join me, public speaker, executive coach, fire starter, and your podcast host, Katie Langford. Hello to all of you badass women out there. I'm Katie, and I am so happy that you are here for Confidence with Katie, episode number 20, Love Yourself. And can I just take a second to talk about this milestone? 20 episodes. If you would have told me last year that by March of 2019, I'd be 20 episodes into my podcast, I would not have believed you. This podcast has been a dream of mine, and I am so proud to have made it this far. It is so fun and exciting to get to pour into each and every single one of you every week. And I love when you respond and let me know what you love about our podcast. And I can think of no better way to celebrate than with this episode, Love Yourself. You might think I'm a little crazy today, although if you've been listening for a while, you probably already think that. But today we are going to get into this episode, and I'm going to start listing things I love about myself. And seriously, I have a long list. That's the thing about striving for confidence. We have to recognize and celebrate the best part of ourselves. I'm going to ask you to join in my personal love fest today. And by the end of the episode, I want you to have a list of at least 5 things you love about yourself. And then I'm going to teach you how to grow that list to over 100 in less than 3 weeks. Is that a boost you think you could use? Then hang in there because we have some good inspiration coming your way. Speaking of inspiration, let me introduce this week's Badass of the Week. This week's Badass of the Week is the one and only Mariska Hargitay. Y'all, I love me some Law & Order SVU. I'm not even kidding. Shane Langford and I, we will binge watch it. And I mean, Olivia Benson is freaking incredible. But I love Mariska Hargitay even more. You know, she could totally rest on her acting laurels, but instead she decided, because of her work on SVU, because of what she's done getting ready for all of these episodes, to start the Joyful Heart Foundation. And she started that in 2004 to help sexual assault survivors heal and reclaim a sense of joy in their lives. Today, Joyful Heart is a leading national organization with a mission to transform society's response to sexual assault, domestic violence, child abuse, and to support survivors healing that this violence would end. What a badass. Using her platform not only to tell incredible, great stories on Law & Order SVU, but really taking it a step further to actually make change for survivors. Cannot celebrate Mariska enough this week. And you know what? I have a hunch that as humble and generous as she is, Mariska Hargitay also loves herself. Because the thing is, we can't give love and joy to others fully until we love ourselves first. So let's talk about that. I'm going to start with a quote from another woman who inspires me, Elizabeth Gilbert. She says, "Embrace the glorious mess that you are." That sentiment, ladies, is going to be at the heart of this entire episode. And on the other side of your speakers or earbuds, however you're listening, is a woman, me, who genuinely, gloriously loves the mess that I am. It's true. I really do love myself. In fact, there's a whole lot of me that I love. I love that I am passionate. I love that I care fiercely about the ones I love. I love that sometimes I'm funny. I even love it more when I'm not trying to be funny. I love that my deepest desire is to help women get where they want to go. I love that I enjoy spending my Saturdays during the fall watching football and having a good cold beer. I love that 9 times out of 10, I have good hair days. You know, I could go on, but that might either bore you or make you think that I'm a total egomaniac. And I'd hate to do either one of those. But it is true. I could come up with a list of at least 100 unique ways that I love myself. Here's the problem though. As a coach, I know that having a list of 100 things we love about ourselves is easier said than done. Oftentimes, when I'm working with my clients, our goal is to create confidence and belief so that they can go pursue their dreams. It always surprises people when I ask them to develop a list of what they love about themselves. More than once, I've had a client respond saying they didn't think they could come up with anything to love about themselves. I remember the first time I heard a client say this. I sat there shocked. My job as a coach is to listen intently and respond with questions. It was one of the rare moments in my life when I was at a complete loss for words. It hurt my heart to think that she couldn't even articulate one thing that she loved about herself. So I suggested we use the word like instead of love. And again, I was met with, I'm not sure I can do that. Ever since that moment, this idea of loving yourself has become such a part of what I do. And why I do it is because you cannot fully be who you are unless you're able to love who you are. So let me ask you, on a scale of 1 to 10, where would you rate how much you love yourself? Would you be able to come up with a list of 5 or 10 or 50? What about 100 ways that you love yourself? You may be asking, what the hell is she focused on loving myself when this is supposed to be a podcast about confidence? I really hope you're not. I hope that you realize that to get out of life what you want, to live your biggest and boldest life, loving yourself is right up there with taking a step even when you're afraid. In fact, I would say it is more important. Loving yourself, truly feeling comfortable who you are and being able to celebrate it is the first step in living your most authentic life. If it comes to choosing to live a life that's fake and artificial versus true and authentic, y'all, I will take authentic every single day. And if that means that someone has more than me, does better than me, is more popular than me, well, so be it. Think about falling in love with another human being. What is it that you love about that person? Seriously, think about someone that you just love, whether it's a romantic love or a platonic love. Maybe it's their smile or their sense of humor. Maybe it's their ambition or the way they look at you. Maybe it's their idiosyncrasies and their quirks. Now, imagine if the person you loved said the thing that you love most about them, they didn't actually value in themselves. Oh my God, that's like a punch to the gut in me. If Shane Langford told me that he didn't value his huge heart and the way he makes me feel so special, I think I would burst into tears. Why? Because the way he makes me feel so special with his complete intentionality, it makes him who he is. And I love who he is. Now, switching gears for just a second. Am I perfect? Absolutely not. Y'all, I have days I don't like myself or how I behave or the effort that I put in. Absolutely, I have days of that. But none of that changes how I feel about myself and how much I love myself. So let's look at this from a different angle. You serve the world best when you are the best version of yourself. Being able to fully love yourself, free of judgment, but full of awareness of who you really are, is one of the crucial steps it takes to being the best version of yourself. So let's say you're a business owner. You have dreams of building a multi-million-dollar business. You have an excellent product that people need. You hire the most talented people that money can buy. But in your head, you have no love for yourself. You show up to work every day, unhappy, putting yourself down, beating yourself up. Feeling this way about your work starts to rub off on how you treat others. Rather than focusing on using and utilizing your talents, team, and the greatness of them, you begin to focus on where they fall short. You're so used to berating yourself that you begin to do it to others. You grossly criticize those around you, and then they start grossly criticizing people around them. And then you learn that those talented folks working with your clients are treating them poorly, and your sales decline. You can no longer hire the best. The people who are attracted to your company are Debbie Downer folks who no one wants to be around. Have you ever heard that saying that shit runs downhill? Y'all, this is a true story. I have had people in my life. I have had a client who this happens to. One day you look up and you realize that the dream company you desired is nothing more than the cancerous workplace where no one wants to be and no one wants to interact. Ugh. It just breaks my heart. Now substitute business owner for anything else. You want to be the best teacher inspiring the most students? Love yourself first. You want to be the best volunteer achieving something great in your community? Love yourself first. Want to be in a loving relationships that makes fairy tales look empty? Love yourself first. Writer, chef, attorney, parent, boss, leader, employee, athlete, executive, dog walker, sister, friend. Love yourself first. Whatever dream, passion, or goal that you have, loving yourself first is a piece of the puzzle that you just simply cannot afford to ignore. Now, if you've made it this far in the episode, you're probably waiting for this. This sounds great, Katie, but how do I do this? Well, my hope is that some of you are already coming up with dozens of things about yourself to add to your list. Maybe it's the way you love dogs, the way you smile at strangers, the way you can still list all the states in alphabetical order because of that super funny song you memorized in elementary school. But if your list is slower to come, I want you to know that it is okay. We're going to break it down piece by piece. And here's how we're going to do that. Tonight, before you go to bed, I want you to come up with 5 things you love about yourself. They can be big or small. They can be something old about yourself, or maybe something new you've just discovered. But I want you to come up with 5. Keep going, even when you feel stuck. If you can only get to 3, keep going, keep pressing. What is it that you love about yourself? And if love is too strong of a word for you right now, what is it that you like about yourself? Write these things down. Tomorrow, I want you to add 5 more. Now, I can already hear some of you cringing saying, Katie, I don't know if I can get to 5. I certainly cannot get 5 more tomorrow. But I promise you that just like gratitude journaling, just like any kind of journaling, just like going to work out at the gym, right? Any of these confidence muscles that we talk about building, it gets easier and easier over time. So the first place you've got to do is you just have to start. And then I want you to continue doing this every day for 21 days. That's right, 3 weeks. Because by the end, you will have a list of over 100 things you like about yourself. I want you to embrace the glorious mess that you are. Can you promise me that you'll do it? Will you join me in this personal challenge? I will do it with you. Starting tonight, I will write down my 5 things, and we will do it together for the next 21 days. It's as simple and as confidence building as a gratitude practice. Only this time, you really are giving gratitude for you. And sister, you should be, because there is only one you on this entire planet. And I know that there is something that is phenomenally fabulous about you. As always, my goal is to inspire you. It is to add value to your very important life. And I want to help you get where you want to go. If Confidence with Katie is giving you some of this inspiration, can I ask, will you subscribe on iTunes or the listening app of your choice? This is how we get the message out to more people. Will you rate us? Will you leave a comment for us? Y'all, these comments, they are so important, and I love reading them. I love seeing how myself and my team, how we're impacting your life. Please share this episode with a friend. I know that there's a friend out there that you love. Will you just send this to her and tell her how much you love her and how much you want her to love herself as well? Thanks for listening to Confidence with Katie. I hope the episode helped you feel more empowered to take control of your dream life and your dream career. Go start igniting those fires and embrace your inner badass. Until next time, badasses.